Good morning, world, and welcome to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left some, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so, thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we conversate about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page. On the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast normal page, we have two Early Morning Sports Talk podcast pages. Feel free to join either on Instagram at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. Again, on IG at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Mark Gumman, Annie Jones, Jake Naki Long, as well as our special guest this weekend, Tiana Vincent. Today is September 14th of 2024. We have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world. After watching a normal and expected outing from myself and others for rookie quarterback Caleb Williams as he struggled alongside the offensive unit for the Chicago Bears. Our defense and special teams, however, showed up and both had a very productive Sunday, leading us to a Week 1 win over the Tennessee Titans, on whom looked to be another offensive unit that is in transition. On the other hand, we saw the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers have a slow start to their NFL season, as well as the New York Giants and Danny Crimes just going out on Sunday afternoon and just completely stinking up the joint. Lastly, we saw Angel Reese suffer a season-ending injury to her wrist that will likely not only hamper our playoff hopes, but that has also succumbed now the WNBA Rookie of the Year race to Caitlin Clark, in which many knew, to be honest, already would be given to her as well at this point. And so with that being said, introducing one of my partners here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, my brother from another mother, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, Brandon, I'm good, man. It's early. I'm surprised some people are here, but nevertheless, I'm ready to get going.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yes, additionally, introducing my boy joining us on our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Who's that other brother this morning? Mr. Jacques, aka Jake. We thank you for joining us this morning. And so as a result, I would like to say good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Good morning, family. How y'all feeling?
Great, bro. Fantastic. Introducing our guest for this morning, Mrs. Tiana Vincent. Tiana is an accountant and business owner and was raised on the south side of Chicago, south side. She is the founder and owner of Vincent Financial and Tax Services, where she has been providing quality tax preparation services to our community for over 10 years. Her favorite teams are the Bulls, the Bears, and the White Sox. She was on the softball and swim teams in high school. I think the high school is Simeon, but it's all love. I'm a Morgan Park Mustang. She is also a graduate from Michigan State University. So naturally, she bleeds green and white and roots for all Spartan teams. She also likes to watch swimming and college softball, basketball, and football. And in her spare time, she loves to travel and attend concerts. Lastly, she believes, and most importantly, that the first weekend of March Madness should be a national holiday. And so with that being said, Vincent, our special guest for this morning, we thank you for joining us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. How are you this morning?
I am fantabulous, tired, but I'm here. I made it. I set 2 alarms. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And I am excited to keep you guys in line this morning. Stay on task.
All right. She said, stay on task. Did you hear that, Jake? All right. And
I'm so stuck on the word fantabulous.
So, hey, don't pull me out, man. That'd be you, Mr. Price.
And so, Tiana, our guest, Mrs. Tiana Vincent, take it from here.
All right. Thank you. Thank you again, guys, for having me. So we're gonna kick this morning off with, you already know our team, the Bears. Bears Titans, that was a ugly win. So just give us your thoughts. We'll start with you, Jamar.
Whew, that game was a tale of two halves. My gosh. Some people on this panel thought, Bears would come out and score 30 a game, but
Jake, right?
They scored 24.
but nevertheless, I mean, look, it's a rookie quarterback. The offense looked horrid. There's a lot of components to that, between him running around like a chicken with his head cut off, to missing some wide open people, to flags, to whatever you want to, lack of a running game, a lot of different things. But on the flip side, he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't cost them the game. I mean, 65 yards passing, played well enough to win the game. I know it wasn't because of him. We all saw the special teams really started to kick things off, and then the defense really turned up. And Kevin Byard probably said it best. I don't know if you all heard after the game in the locker room, but he was like, in a nutshell, I'm gonna paraphrase it. Some weeks, the offense going to carry us. Some weeks, it's going to be the defense. This is a team game. Pretty much, we got 17 games in the season, and how I view it is, I knew the Titans wasn't going to be a cakewalk just based on the acquisitions they made in the offseason. I think the defining moment for me is seeing Will Levis trying to throw the ball away and throw a pick six, and his knees on the ground with his hands behind his head, like, what did I just do? But nevertheless, if this is the floor for the Bears this season, basically, if this is the worst that we're going to see the Bears this year, and they end up winning the game, I will take that, because these are the games they would generally lose. And this is, I think, 17 points down was like what the second biggest comeback in Soldier Field or something like that for the Bears. So
yeah, I've never seen that before. Actually, Jamar had to been years and years and years and years and years, dog, for me to see the Bears down 17 points and come back.
Yeah, they definitely not a comeback team like that at all. They don't normally have the firepower to do so, especially in our home building for whatever reason. But nevertheless, a win's a win. I'm gonna just leave it at that. That's how I'm gonna close it. A win is a win. We got the dub.
All right. I will say I think opponent matters, but we'll get to that. Jake, your thoughts?
I just want to thank the football gods for letting us win. Overall, the Bears look atrocious on offense. Defense was okay, because, man, that first half we was getting. That first half we was just getting wiped up, man. Like, we was just trash all around. Second half, we were still low key trash. We just got more pressure on the QB. I like the trade that he made with Seattle. Gave us another edge rusher. He was the most impactful player of the game, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like we need to get some more better play calls for Caleb, because we can't do the same things with him that they did with Justin. So I'm going to need the offensive line to actually block. I'm going to need DeAndre Swift to actually run the ball past the scrimmage line. And, hopefully we can have a great season and at least get maximum 11 wins. At least 12.
That's a lot. Oh, my God. Woo. Yeah, go ahead, Tiana.
Okay. Your thoughts, Brandon?
So Jake, I love the expectations, man. It's a little too early to be talking about, in my opinion, for 12 wins. The Titans, the one thing I give the Titans is this, Jamar. when it came to Will Levis, he didn't force much other than that one stupid throw. And unfortunately, it cost them the game. But other than that, Will Levis actually played a pretty smart game. He didn't go out and do too much. He didn't go out and take too many risks. So he did his part outside of that dumb throw. But thank you, because it gave both of our cornerbacks picks. The Bears did a great job of literally, Tiana, exactly what we saw the whole preseason. A well-rounded football team on all three levels. And so defense, special teams, and offense has been okay. They've had some good moments, let's say the least. The positives I can say outside of Simone Bowles' husband, outside of our defense, is that we were able to get the ball going once we saw blood in the fourth quarter. We started that drive. It moved down the field. O-line started blocking. And so sometimes it ain't always about having a full four-quarter game. Sometimes it's about being or making yourself available when it matters most. And so I saw that from the Bears. That was a positive. I'm not going to come out with super high expectations of a rookie quarterback. He's still a rookie. And we'll see how he does as the competition progresses and as the weeks progress. It was his first game, Tiana. I'm not judging him based off of the first half. And the second half, there were a few moments, but he didn't force, and that was smart enough. That was good enough. Limit the turnovers. We all know this. Limit the turnovers. Take what the defense gives you and just continue to be a well-rounded player that will allow your defense and hopefully some special teams plays here and there to win you some football games and do what most rookie quarterbacks come out to do. And so overall, decent game from Caleb Williams for a rookie quarterback. It can be a lot better, but he's a rookie. I'm not going to put too high of expectations on him, but it was exactly what I saw in the preseason, which was a well-rounded football team, which is a very positive thing to have. And I'll leave it at that.
I will say that while drafting Caleb and the whole preseason, these expectations were put on him. And now that he plays like hot garbage the first game, it's one thing to be a rookie and make rookie mistakes, but it's another thing to play like you saw football for the first time. Like it was not acceptable. I don't care, rookie, vet, it was just not acceptable at the level of decision making that he was at in the game. However, yeah, it's just not acceptable. And
even his first game, too.
Now, even for his first game, he acted like he didn't play at a high level before in college. Like he didn't have these expectations. It's a reason why he was one of the highest first round picks. Why they treated him like he was a vet during preseason and he barely had any snaps. He should have been playing at least a half, at least the last two games of the preseason. And this first game shows why he should have.
Okay, so that's more of a coaching thing. That's more of a coaching thing.
Yeah, it seems like he was just not acclimated with the offense at all. It's like he was out there trying to do his own thing, and it was just him against the defense instead of utilizing his running backs, his receivers, doing actual plays. It was just, I'm going to just chuck the ball, find somebody to chuck it. If not, I'm going to run around and see if I could make something out of nothing.
I do like Tiana, though. He built some chemistry with Keenan in that game. He seemed to be relying on Keenan in a number of moments. And so those were some positives. I saw him get Keenan Allen some good passes. And so I just hope that connection works.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see DJ got the ball more. I think we all do. But he got DJ a lot of weapons. You just got to use them. It's hard to discuss. I'm not mad, Tiana. If Keenan Allen get the ball one game, Jamar, DJ get it another game. That's why you got those weapons. And so, just hopefully Caleb, y'all start getting rid of the ball quicker, not holding on the ball too much. That was one thing I noticed. He was holding on the ball a lot.
Absolutely.
And
That's what I was about to say.
that's
Man,
what made him get into all those running and scrambles and all that stuff.
DJ Moore was the number one target last game. I wish he would have gave it to Dunze Moore because he was wide open half of the game.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll save more for a later segment. So thank you guys for your thoughts on the Bears. Now we're moving on to the league in general. We had a very interesting first week. A lot of injuries already. Some surprise wins and losses, aka the Bengals. And so guys, I just want you to give me your thoughts just on week one in the league as a whole. What you see, what you didn't see, what you think will happen moving forward. Jamar, we'll start with you.
All right, so just a quick rundown on a number of things. Piggyback with what you just said. Bengals, I think they in trouble. I think they in some big trouble. Not to mention, despite the loss, like that was embarrassing. Anybody that plays Survivor, a lot of people picked Cincinnati to win and pretty much got knocked out in the first week. So congratulations, Cincinnati, for that one.
But Jamar, bro, why?
Why they lose?
No, why do you think they're in trouble?
Oh, well, let's see. Joe Burrow's thumb still ain't right. Not by any means of the stretch. Like, he can't even pick up a Gatorade bottle without him grimacing. That's one. Two, Jamar Chase in this contract situation, he was only playing third downs and red zones last week. T. Higgins is not even playing at all. He ain't playing again tomorrow. That defense is not what it used to be. They don't have Joe Mixon anymore. That team is not what we thought it was. And they're known for slow starts in September too. So right. They can't afford a slow start. They play Kansas City tomorrow. They can't afford that. Mm-hmm. So that's one team for starters. Deshaun Watson is cooked. Stick a fork in that man.
Okay, you took that one from me.
Man is done. Finito, finish. And then the last thing I'll say, Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers. Every week that goes by, like Ryan Poles
because I've been saying it since last year.
Dude, Ryan Poles looks better and better and better by the week. Every week that goes by, because Bryce Young does not look like the quarterback everybody thought he was. The pieces that they gave up in that trade just looks that much more worse. We looking like we about to have the first pick in the second round at this rate, and ownership in Carolina is just atrocious. So yeah, those are my little three thoughts.
Nice. Okay, Jake, your thoughts about first week of the NFL?
Let's see. Aaron Rodgers, he didn't get injured in the first three plays.
Right.
Anthony Richardson looks like a candidate for MVP if he keep up the play. He could be an MVP in this league. Lastly, y'all already know. Bang bang, not in the game. We're going back to
He couldn't help himself.
Man, we live, man. We live.
People saying that window closing, but we'll see.
Man, we ain't even had the best player on the field. We was going crazy.
And he out again this week.
Yeah, we cool. We got it.
All right, Brandon, your thoughts first week of the NFL?
Man, Jake, I mean, that's one thing I noticed, bro. Shout out to the Niners organization. They just a quality freaking organization, Tiana. Like, whoever this 6th-round running back kid is for the Niners run hard as hell.
Mason
And
been there for a minute, man.
like, just a quality organization. Like, I was wondering, like, man, could the Niners come back and be as strong after losing those tough Super Bowl losses after the Brandon Ayuk situation? But they just continue to show themselves as a very quality organization. So that's a good thing. The Patriots, man, shout out to them. It was really nice to see, Mr. Mayo get his first win. Jared has been a great linebacker in the NFL for years. And his identity looked very similar to the team, Tiana. Very tough nose defense. They stayed disciplined and they made it tough on the Bengals in Cincinnati, which was a surprise. Jamar, you hit on Deshaun Watson. His whole situation. It just really sucks because all that money they paid him. He has no choice at this point but to try to get things better, Tiana, with that organization because they've given everything they've had pretty much to him. And he has not looked the same since 2019. It's a lot, Shout out to Baker Mayfield. And I want to say that because people have had questions about Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield, the way that offense looked last week, y'all, we know Mr. Evans is one of the best receivers in the NFL. They look like they could be very explosive. And Baker Mayfield, let's not forget, they went to the second round last year. They took the Lions to the fourth quarter. They were up most of that game. And so Baker Mayfield is now turned his career around, in my opinion. And he's looking like a way better quarterback than what we've saw in the past. And I think he silenced a lot of his critics. And so I'm proud of Baker Mayfield, and I'm proud of what he's done down in Tampa. He stayed consistent. He worried about no noise, what people got to say. He just go do his job. And that's what he's done. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, Tiana. They was my preseason pick for the NFC South, not the Falcons. We'll see how the Falcons look as time progresses, but they look very, very trash last week. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Justin, by the way, as well.
Jamar, you look like you wanted to respond. Got anything to say?
Yeah, I was just going to piggyback off the Bucks. It's amazing how specifically Baker Mayfield. It's amazing how the right environment for an individual can make this, bring the best out of somebody.
Yeah,
because we've seen Baker put in a bad situation with the Browns, and we wrote the man off, went to Carolina, then the Rams, and then this seemed like when he signed with the Buccaneers. At the time, it seemed like he was just going to be the bridge quarterback until they find somebody in place. But he, the way that he performed last year and, got them winning the division. I think that was their fourth or fifth straight time in the playoffs as an organization. And like you mentioned, Brandon, pretty much taking the Lions to the brink in that playoff game. They just missed going to the NFC Championship game. And granted, they played the Commanders, who defense is about as trash as it can be. But the fact that, they did what they were supposed to do. Baker played like he was supposed to play. And that's the key right there. And it seemed like whatever moxie and whatever, stereotypes that we had about Baker when he first came in the league to now, it seemed like he just focused on football, focused on, his play, just bringing the best out of himself and everybody else. So, yeah, shout out to Baker for that one. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, I have a question. Based on week 1, what would you say would be a too early prediction? Does your thoughts, like how Brandon said he had the Bucks for winning their division? Does that change for any teams for you guys after seeing week 1? Saying, okay, maybe this team will win their division now, or this team will lose their division now. Does any of the standings change for you? Let's go with Jake.
Overall, no.
Okay, everything the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brandon.
For me, NFC North. No, nothing has changed for me. Not at this point, no.
Jamar.
The only thing that I could probably say is maybe the AFC North is way more of a coin flip than I initially thought it was. Even though we always know that's a gauntlet, but somehow, some way, the only team with a win in that division is Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never count out Tomlin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. It is time for Tiana's timeout.
All right.
This is a segment where I give 3 of my hot takes from current topics around the league, around sports in general, and then you guys will react to them. Just give your thoughts, agreements, disagreements, overall opinions. Okay. Number 1, Justin Fields has the ability to get most improved player this year now that he has the tools and the coaching staff to play at his potential. It also seems like the Steelers organization is not too upset that Wilson is injured. And Tomlin said this, and I quote, regarding Wilson's availability, I'm going to list him as questionable. And so obviously, if his availability is questionable, then starting is less so, Tomlin said Friday. But we've been in the mindset all week, man. Like I said, we've been focused on getting Justin ready to play, and we'll continue in that mindset as we push forward towards game time. And it sounds like they're not looking for Wilson to come back right now. So Justin, so it seems like all of us was wrong in thinking that Justin will at least get a start by week 6.
Come on,
because they prepped him from week 1.
Right.
What I say? What?
That's number 1. So Justin definitely has the ability to get most improved player, and they are not upset about Wilson being benched. Injured, I should say. Number 2, Caleb Williams. He needs to realize that this is not college. This is not USC. And these guys he playing against is not in the Pac-12. Okay? These are not 18 to 22-year-old linemen that are charging at him. And they will sack him. Okay? He is definitely holding the ball way too long. And he's trying to make too many creating these plays out of nowhere. These are grown men, and they number 91 I will never forget that man. I had to look up his weight and his height because he looked like a brick building coming towards him. Number 91 on Tennessee scared me. It was like he was coming right at him because he held the ball too long, just was not making decisive decisions during the playtime. And so I say all that to say, thinking that you will scramble will not work. The defense will not save him every week. And if we do not see any drastic change after week 1, I, Tiana, will begin to label Caleb Williams a bust. Yes, a bust after week 1.
What? Oh my goodness.
Number 3.
Let her. I want to hear number 3.
Number 3.
I need to like my.
Aaron Rodgers need to retire. His grand opening, grand closing last year was sign number 1. Sign number 2 was the way that they lost this week. And I feel like if he leaves now, he will be remembered mainly for his dominance over the NFC North and how great he was his Super Bowl, respect his arm, his great decision plan. I don't think it's necessary for him to have this MJ moment and just go to a bad team like MJ went to Washington and just end his career there. He can end it now on a high and just be great. Or
but in other words, you're saying he ain't gonna do what Tom Brady did in Tampa, right?
That's my next point. He can also stop trying to be Brady and go to a different team and win a chip there. It's not gonna and win a chip there. It's not gonna happen. Leave now. While you have your dignity and respect.
Woo, Tiana's time out. Oh my goodness.
Go home. Hang it up.
Oh my goodness.
You a tough.
Tiana, can I respond really quickly first? Jannar, I know you want to jump in, Jamar. We saying that A-Rod needs to retire. I want to bring up something as crazy as you saying right now, which is probably that boy down in Miami, Tua Tagovailoa. He might need to consider retiring after that third concussion. That man, I mean, I'm starting to worry about him. Like, he get hurt so bad and Offbeat. I know, I hope Offbeat didn't jump off because he's a Dolphins fan. Like, they are going through, they're going through a lot right now, man. And I mean, Offbeat. I mean, your Dolphins, they got Wood Buffalo like the faster team. They look like they were fast in Miami.
Brandon,
but I don't want to
get on topic with my 3 takes. Right. React to the take.
And I'm sorry for going ADHD, but I just want to say really quickly, perhaps Tua Tagovailoa should consider this. If he ain't where he needs to be next year, Tiana, he might need to seriously consider that. But on the other hand, you stated Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. T, it was just week 1. Mm-hmm. Did you not see some positives in that Jets offense? Yeah. There were some positives in that offense. They look kind of explosive at some moments. I'm like, all right, the Jets ain't went down on the first drive and scored a touchdown since I've been a kid.
That was all they did. What happened after that?
I mean, they had a few drives. Well, it was a turnover.
Exactly. I don't think the Jets brought Aaron Rodgers for a first drive touchdown only.
Scored Tiana on a very impressive drive too. So they had some great moments. So I think that team got some potential.
Oh, bro.
I think they.
I don't think they brought Aaron Rodgers to the Jets for potential. They could have got anybody else for that.
Super Bowl of us, baby.
Right.
So,
check it up.
bring back Ryan Tannehill, y'all, for his Dolphins.
Nah, that's Trash Hill. Nope, don't do it. Ryan Trash Hill.
Okay, Jamar, your reactions to Tiana's timeout.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this phrase. She's finna start fights. Yeah. So the jump into that segment there. Justin Fields, candidate for comeback player of the year. I mean, maybe, but the man didn't even throw one touchdown last week. Pittsburgh was field goal city. They field goal their way to victory. He got at least throw the ball in the end zone, and they didn't even throw the ball. He didn't even throw the ball across the middle at all in that game, at all. No. And then you ready to label Caleb Williams a bust after week 1? Week 1. Wow.
I mean, when we talk about the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Jamar being ahead of the curve, Tiana, I'm gonna literally give you flowers. Literally. If Caleb Williams turns out to be a bust and you said that it's gonna happen after week 1, when nobody's in the world is thinking this, but Tiana probably, or maybe a few others, I will personally give you flowers because you pointed out something that's very early.
Appreciate it.
So you like tulips, roses,
sunflower.
There you go, Brandon.
Woo! Man.
As long as Tiana know, we should have kept Justin. I'm with it.
Bruh, I like that. The last point, I mean, I ain't gonna agree or disagree on that one. I'm still stuck on the first two. Cause like she really like look. If none of us was fully woke before that segment, I'm pretty sure everybody eyeballs open now.
Tiana, when Tiana speak, baby, she gonna be like, you gonna be like, what?
I'm pretty sure Ethel woke up over there like, what?
Jake, your reaction?
For the first take, all I gotta say is, I told you that was gonna happen. I told you Justin will be starting week 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's all I want to say.
So
That's
Jake, you ain't know how, you didn't know how it was gonna happen. You just knew that it was just gonna happen.
Man, look, I watched the preseason. You know, even though they both had a shitty preseason, Justin still looks better than Russell. So I'm just gonna throw that. Second take, man, that's I'm not even on the Caleb Williams train. But man, you man,
it's the eyeball test, man. It's the eyeball test. It's the eyeball test.
I'm speechless.
I'm not ready to hit us. I'm not ready to hit us, Jake, because that would mean that's another bust for a quarterback for the Bears, which means we will have to continue in misery.
All I have to say is we should have kept Justin. I've been saying that the whole offseason. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If he looked like how he did in the next 2-3 weeks, I'm rolling with Tiana.
It's the team. The only reason, and I will say this, the only reason we won that game, yes, it was defense, but it was also our level of competition. Tennessee ain't projected to do nothing. Okay. And y'all saw was laughing during the game because when they was up by 10, the quarterback, he got cocky as all hell. You saw him, he started chucking it downfield and thinking, oh yeah, calm down. Okay. You could tell they wasn't expecting themselves to even win that game, let alone be up by 10 points. So I think the level of competition definitely played a role in that win. They could not play like that tomorrow night against the Texans. Not going to fly, not going to get us anywhere, not going to happen. And I feel like the only reason people are letting up and being easy on Caleb is because we got to win. But we all know we got to win in spite of him, not because of him, and not by any stretch. So I want the same amount of praise and expectation that he was getting coming into the league his last year. He even stopped playing for USC because he knew he was coming in number 1. All this, barely had any preseason snaps, like he a vet or something. I want that same criticism as he's talking right now.
Yes.
Because that's the only way we are going to progress as an organization, when you hold people accountable.
Thank you.
And not coddle them.
That's why I say they should score 30 points.
This is tough love for the Bears for me. I'm a diehard Bears fan. This is my tough love. I will be on their ass every week. I'm on their ass. Okay?
The only thing I'm going to say, like, I feel like most of that is more so not even, it seems like it's more indirect shots at the man instead of him. Because, I mean, to be fair, like, he didn't like come in and like said anything that created these expectations. He didn't like force the narrative. No, he didn't. Maybe his camp probably did. He didn't. That's the difference.
He said, what he tell the punter? Hey, you won't be punting much this season when the season start, right?
He did say that. He did say that.
Well, he has been cocky.
And then they punt the first drive.
He said some stuff at USC. I feel like it was like he was saying stuff prior to the NFL. So the expectations was on him, Tiana, before he even stepped on the NFL field.
I'm just saying, majority of it came from his camp and not him. That's what I'm gonna say.
You know, he was saying, you know, he didn't want to play for the Bears, and maybe that was his camp. But some people say it was him.
I'm gonna say I mean, did you hear that from his mouth?
Stop it! You know how this goes.
I'm just
saying.
Stop
it. His representation represents him. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what he means. Stop it.
Hey,
I'm just playing devil's advocate because everybody ready to pounce on the man. Like shit, like we didn't give Mitchell Trubisky 4 years. We didn't give Justin Fields 4 years. We didn't give Cade McNown and Rex Grossman all these. I'm like, it's just one game. That's
obviously that's the problem.
First of all, Justin Fields never had an offensive coordinator. Don't do that. All right, please don't do that. And he didn't have weapons. He didn't have no weapons.
Okay, so
don't do that.
Right, Justin didn't have a lot of weapons, so I give you that. And his offensive coordinator, I mean, anywho. But the thing is now is that Caleb has weapons. He does, guys, but he's a rookie. And so I'm with Jamar. Give him some time. And me and Jamar, we never agree. I'm with you on this one, bro. Like, he is a rookie. Give him some time. T, this is week 2. I wonder what we'll say, Jamar, if he come out and light up the Texas tomorrow.
And I hope he do. I really do. Like I said, tough love. Huge Bears fan. I want him to win because I want my team to win. But I will definitely be holding him accountable all season.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. And that is Tiana's timeout. Glad you guys.
That was fun. That was fun.
Glad you guys enjoyed it.
That was fun. Yeah.
Moving on. Bar talking about this.
Moving on. All right, guys. We're moving forward. Notable CFB games to watch this weekend. Kansas State and Arizona. That game actually happened yesterday. Kansas State dominated Arizona 31-7. Wisconsin, Alabama at Wisconsin. Number 4, Alabama at Wisconsin. Do we have a potential upset? Memphis at Florida State. FSU just nosedived. They're 0-2. Is this karma for complaining?
It is, Tiana, because they should have never been in the playoff in the first place last year.
All right. Boston College. 24 ranked Boston College is on a roll since their week 1 upset of FSU. Can they do it again this week against number 6 Missouri? Notre Dame versus Purdue. Will Notre Dame bounce back after their huge upset loss to NIU last week? And finally, Colorado versus Colorado State. Classic rivalry. Will we be expecting another double overtime thriller like we had last year? Even though Colorado is pretty banged up right now.
Who made this list? Who made this list? I know who made this list. Hey man, why is Memphis and Florida State a notable game? More importantly, why is Notre Dame even on this list at all? We don't need to talk about them ever again.
Because they lost, bro. Notre Dame lost to
and I think because they playing Purdue.
And they playing our school, Purdue, bro. So I just thought it would be notable.
Nah. Like first off, yeah, our school Purdue don't need to be on any notable list at all. Notre Dame don't need to be talking.
Purdue is 2-0.
For now, we'll see how that. We'll see how that ends. But Notre Dame don't need to be talked about whatsoever. They had a silver platter to the playoffs and fumbled it.
Man, Notre Dame have a silver platter to the playoff every year, don't they, Jamar? They play Stanford, Purdue. Who else they play, y'all? Give me some of the other petty cake teams. Temple. Sometimes Northwestern. Like, oh my God, and they just be getting in the playoff. Like, all they got to do is go undefeated. It don't matter who they play. Just go undefeated or 1 loss, and you are a serious candidate. They're going to be debating hard that committee for Notre Dame. They must put a lot of money into that business, y'all, to the college.
Yeah, man. Money talk, bullshit walk all day long, bro.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, let's see if Notre Dame can at least bounce back this weekend against Purdue.
They better, but I don't know, man. We got a good team. We 2-0. We out here busting heads, Purdue.
All right.
Play.
All right, guys. And those are our notable. All right, guys. Those are our notable college games to watch this weekend. All right. Last topic before we get into our week 2 predictions. Let's dive a little deeper into Angel Reese, the Sky, her wrist injury, and potential. Will they make the playoffs? So we're gonna start with Jamar.
Oh, man.
So that's how I look at it. So before the hiatus for the Olympics, I felt like they was gonna make the playoffs by default. How they started after that break until before the injury, I'm sitting here like, and now, oh, I don't see it. Brandon said it before. They don't have enough offense. They don't. And then you take away, well, we're missing the player that has a very high motor, something that you can't teach, somebody that brings energy, somebody that, like, the intangibles on top of, all these rebounding records and double doubles and stuff. I honestly, and to keep it simple, I don't see it.
Jake.
My bad, y'all. So look, I know they're not gonna make the playoffs after last night lost. It was ugly. It was real.
Oh, it was even uglier, Jake. Before that, they played the Mystics, a terrible team, and got blew out by like 20 or 30 some points, bro.
Yeah, I seen that game too. It's just ugly.
Awful.
Offensive wise for the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese is one of the main reasons that they're not winning games. She has what 20 to 30% shooting field goal percentage close to the rim like that. She's always at the rim, always getting these rebounds, but can never put the ball back in the basket. Never. So her low field goal percentage in that paint has to change. So when she come back from this injury, all speed of recovery to her for sure. But she has to be better. Mm-hmm. She has to hold herself accountable, and the Sakai organization has to hold her accountable for that. So
I like that, Jake, because she's a rookie too, and you want to kind of take it easy on her. But yeah, go ahead, give her the truth, like Tiana gave it to Caleb.
So will you say, bouncing off of that, Jake? Will you say that she wasn't the reason? Do you say whether she was injured or not, they still wouldn't have made the playoffs because of her low shooting percentage?
So, yeah, her low shooting percentage is making them lose games because she getting for the last couple games, she was getting 20 plus rebounds, right? But how many of them rebounds she put up and they missing?
Them rebounds is off missed shots.
Right. She always looking for the foul. This not like how college is. It's everybody not that little. You got some ladies that's gonna handle you in that paint. And she's always looking for the foul. That's why she's always jerking and doing all that while she's trying to throw the ball back up. She needs to stand on her post, back them down, use your elbows, you know what I'm saying? Use your body and throw the ball back up. She always just looking for the foul. So if she actually used her post move, Chicago games would have been better. And by the time they realized that her wrist was injured, they still would have had a chance to go to the playoffs.
Interesting take. Brandon?
Y'all know I know the Sky very well. I'm like a reporter. Jake, I disagree. The only thing I agree with is the fact that Angel Reese needs to do better with her offensive efficiency. I agree. She needs to do better with that. And you're right. If she converted a lot of those layups, a lot of those easy shots, we probably win more games. But the truth is, Tiana, we would not have. We've been offensively struggling, even with Marina Mabrey, who left, who was a big part in scoring the ball with only 2 other scores on the Sky. We know about Kennedy Carter. I believe she's one of the best guards in the WNBA. And Angel Reese, who would be consistent as well. The person we need to be hard on is Camila Cardoso. That's who you need to be hard on. Okay, Camila has not panned out. She is not. She moves very slow. She's not scoring the ball. She takes bad shots, and she's not even getting rebounds the way she's supposed to, and not as dominant as we thought she would be. So Angel, yes, Angel can increase our offensive efficiency. We gotta have that same energy for Camila as well, that we have for Caleb and Angel. Want to point that out as well. The Chicago Sky have been offensively dead since the break, and it's been awful. Camilla can't score the ball. And so if you guys can imagine at this point, Kennedy gets the ball, Jamar, and us watching sports our whole life, we know what's going to happen to Tiana on defense. Everybody going to focus in on her. She getting double teams because they know Camilla ain't going to score. They know Dana Evans ain't going to score. They know that whoever this new girl is that they brought in since the All-Star break, she can't score. I mean, we don't have it offensively. The mindset of Taretha Weatherspoon is defense. And so the Sky, they defended, and Angel Reese was a big part of defense too. Let's not forget she's a great defender, Jake. Great defender. But with her not being on the court now, a lot of that is going away. The fight is what we had, Tiana. And since Angel has went out, the fight has left. It's gone. 89-58. Last night, blowout. Previous game before that, blowout. And then you beat the Sparks last week. So it's been very, very, very tough to watch since the All-Star break. And we were probably going to make the playoffs, I think, still as an 8 seed with Angel on the court. But like you say, Jamar, with her off the court, it's looking really, really tough. And it's probably going to come down to the team who's healthier. And that's going to be between y'all, the Washington Mystics or the Atlanta Dream. And that's sad to say. The only way we're going to get in is if Kennedy Carter just comes in and she go off against the Atlanta Dream. Watch that game next week, y'all. That will have high implications for that AC. But whoever get that AC going to get spanked by the New York Liberty anyway in the first round.
Exactly. That was just my thoughts. Like, even if we do squeak in, for why? You know?
It's sort of like the Bulls making the playoffs or the play-in. It's like, we're going to lose anyway. Like, you know, it'd be good to just get in, but you ain't going to do much. You know? So, yeah. You know, just it's a business decision. They let Angel – she could have played technically, fellas. She could have played Tiana technically. But it's like, I clearly see with them letting Marina go, with them letting Angel Reese sit out for the rest of the season and heal for next season. It's a business decision for next year and to build for a better team for next year.
Yeah, which is really smart. They probably saw the Liberty at number one and said the same thing, like, why even waste our time? Yeah. So.
Exactly. Voila.
All right, fellas. Thank you for that. It is time for my favorite part of the show, the predictions going into week 2. Brandon, are you going to pull up the
Yes, I am right now, sis. I got it pulled up. Bada bam, bada bam.
Get into this, because I know a lot of us are into picking parlays and bets. Jamar, last week you went with the spreads. You can do that again. That'd be great for the audience and for me.
I got you.
So we can make some money off these teams this week and get our picks going. All right, so let's start with Niners and Vikings. We'll go with Jamar, Jake, then Brandon for your picks.
Hey, question before we start.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do we got our record of the picks? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who up and down?
I got them right here. I'll end up.
Let's start with that, actually. Can we start with who made the most correct predictions last week? And then we could go into this week predictions.
Yeah, so one person had a really, really good week. And his name is Brandon.
Okay.
Brandon I'll tell you this much. He only got 2 wrong. So just so you know.
Nice. So Brandon won last week. What was Jake at?
At the bottom.
I'll tally him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had 8 right. He picked 8. I would say if you want me to let you know the bottom of the barrel on this panel, he's currently not here. So
Oh, Ian.
yes.
Okay.
Mr. Peoples Hernandez. All right. All right. Good to know. Brandon is in the league so far. After week 1. So let's get started with week 2 picks. Jamar, Vikings, 49ers at the Vikings. Who you got?
All right. So spread is minus 4.5 for the Vikings. And I'll even get over under 46.5 in this game. So spread actually came down because I think it was like 5 at one point. So it's actually going down. That means people are putting money on the Vikings here to cover that. I think Niners win this game, even though, if I'm not mistaken, the Niners end up losing to them last year.
Yeah.
But I think this is different circumstances. Kirk Cousins is not the quarterback here. It's Sam Darnold, even though Darnold looked good in the first quarter, but nevertheless, they played against the Giants. Jordan Mason, he looked like the second coming of Christian McCaffrey out there last week. And that lets me know that Kyle Shanahan, whatever system he implements, these people follow. Therefore, I think Niners win, and I think Niners cover the 4.5. That's a lot on the road, but I that's what I'm taking. I'm taking Niners for them to cover too.
Damn it. Hold on.
All right, Jake.
You ain't even gotta ask me. You know, hey,
Very, very Niner.
you know it.
I need that as a sound bite. We're gonna have to record that.
Right. I already know. Is this what y'all call a Cancun? My
Yeah.
first time hosting. Is this a Cancun?
Exactly. I'm with you. Yes, absolutely a Cancun on 3.
1, 2, 3. Cancun.
Cancun.
Yeah, let's say Cancun. Let's try it again, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Cancun. All right.
Yes.
Hey, just show Brandon's backyard. That's close enough.
All right, moving on to the Bucks and my second team, which is a public service announcement last week. The Lions. The Lions. We will not get into that now. Talk about that in the future. I'm quietly watching. Yes, I saw that overtime game.
I give her a pass.
Bucks Lions. This will be a good game with Mayfield. Who you got? Jamar, who you got?
All right. Real quick, I give her a pass. She went to school in Michigan. I give her a pass for that. It ain't like it's Ian all over the place.
That is true. She went
all over the place with all these blue teams.
All right. You right. I'll let it slide.
We give her a pass. All right. So just so you know, spread is 7.5.
Ooh, geez.
In favor of the Lions. Over under 51.5. That is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
I understand that the Lions can put up some points, and the Lions are a good team, but I also know that last time these two teams played, Buccaneers kept it close. I just saw the Buccaneers last year just drop, what was it, 37 points last week?
Mm-hmm.
So I say the Lions win, but I don't think they cover that 7.5 at all. That's way too much. So I got the Lions winning. I'm taking the Bucks to be under that 7.5.
Okay.
Jake.
Man, it's gonna be a tough fight. I'm with my boy Dwayne in the comments. I got Bucks. I feel like the Lions just came out of a nail biter against the Rams.
Well, you act like the Rams are bad football team.
No. I'm not saying that. Man. I'm not trying to say like the Rams bad football.
That's what it sounded like for a second, though.
No, but the Bucks got more weapons than the Rams, and they got a better defense, so they could pull it out.
I don't know. Bucks defense depleted right now, though.
Man.
All right, so you got the Bucks. Who you got, Brandon?
They're in Detroit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions. The Bucks. It's gonna be interesting, Jamar. The matchup, and I think we all gonna look at this, y'all. If they can neutralize a future Hall of Famer named Mike Evans, That's the key. Did y'all see some of them catches he made last week? It was like recess for him. I mean, maybe it's just the command of secondary, Jamar, but I mean, goodness. He looked like he going to be just dominating this year the way he looked last week. But the Lions, you're right, Jake. In a way, they didn't look as impressive as they did last year. But when it mattered most, they stepped up. And so that grit, man, I think this is probably one of the best games of the week. It should be. And I got the Lions in a very close one. So I got the Lions.
Nice. You already know I got the Lions. Stay at home. It's Lions for me. Okay.
If Ian was here, he'll pick the Lions, so I'm picking the Lions for Ian.
Bucks in an upset. Okay, well, we'll see. Jets and Titans. Maybe this would be Aaron Rodgers,
Right, come on.
If they take away last week, we just start at week 2. They could really get something going. So, Jamar, who you got for Jets at the Titans?
Jets are favored on the road -3.5. And just a reminder, usually they give the home team 3 points. So they're basically saying that the Jets are in theory a 6.5 point favorite, just so you know. 41.5 is the over under on this. Jets win this game. 3.5 is a little tricky. I've been struggling with this spread all week. I guess the Jets cover that. I don't have the warm and fuzzies about that, so I'm not going to put any money on this game on that part. But I do see Breece Hall having one of those games against the Titans, so I do have the Jets winning.
Jake?
Man, I'm trying to see if I could pick up the dude off the Titans on my fantasy for a couple points, but
you playing me this week? You ain't doing any of that.
It's cool. I got you, but I got the Jets. A-Rod gonna actually do something.
Yeah.
Last week he only focused on the left side of the field. I think he got to open it up a little bit more. Breece Hall was doing amazing. Offense was making them pulls, but I don't think the Titans' defensive line is like that. So I got A-Rod and the Jets.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah, for me, I got the Titans at home. And I don't know. I just feel like Jamar. The Titans, there was some positives I saw with that team. They were up 17 last week against us on the road. The Jets are on the road after being on the road for the first week, and then got to go back on the road again. And A-Rod, he might come in expecting, and it's always a trap game, like you say, Jamar. It's a trap game for the Jets. Probably better on paper, but I don't know. I just feel like the Titans got some low-key weapons too, y'all. And if Will Levis learn how to use those weapons he got, they did not give Hopkins the ball enough last week. He should have got the ball more. And when he got the ball, they became effective. But you still got a nice running back. You got Tyler Boyd. They got some weapons in Tennessee too, And so I got the Titans at home. I think they pull this out.
Got the upset.
Yeah.
Nice. I got the Jets. I've been watching and knowing Rodgers the whole life. He was, in the same division as the Bears. And I know that this is going to be a bounce back game for him. So I definitely see the Jets winning in a nice fashion. So that's my pick, the Jets. All right, we got a very fun, thrilling Chargers and Panthers.
Locked in.
All right, guys. For me, before I get asking, I feel like this is a Cancun.
Come on.
Are you guys in agreement with that? or do I need to ask around?
No,
No,
no.
you gotta ask. You
We,
gotta
All
ask.
we in
right.
agreement. We in
We're
agreement.
in
But
agreement. On a
but-
count of 3, Cancun for the Panthers. No, for
yikes.
for the Chargers.
You mean for the Chargers?
Chargers.
Yeah,
Right.
She
For
on
the
one,
Chargers.
bro.
I know. Okay.
Like, what?
1, 2, 3.
For the Chargers.
Cancun.
What?
Listen, guys. When I say that we yell
Wow.
Cancun on 3, we yell Cancun on 3. Okay.
Who
You
threw
say
me off with the
Cancun,
Chargers?
not the winning team.
I'm
right?
just making so.
One more time. For the Chargers. 1, 2, 3. Cancun. Oh, y'all suck. We just need more practice. We'll get
I can't be waking up the people in the house, bro.
we'll get there. If Jamar, if you want to talk about the spread real quick before I move on to the next matchup.
Yeah, so spread is -5 in favor of the Chargers. I feel like that's a trap. 39.5 is the over-under. I would say you bet the under in this game. Keep it moving.
All right.
Can I quickly, just really quickly, say this? If Bryce Young come out and have a great game this week, it will be such a needed positive moment for him and the Panthers, and it would
Don't
just
put
like
money on
it would make people hesitate for a moment about him being a bust. It'll make them hesitate for a moment if he come out and have a nice game. It'd be nice to kind of silence the critics of Bryce Young because they're growing, like Jamar stated, they're growing.
I wouldn't bet your money on it. Okay, moving forward. Seahawks and Patriots. Seahawks is very interesting this year. Even though my running back, Kenneth Walker III, my main running back in my fantasy league, is out. I have no running back this week. I am hurt. I think my best running back is some guy that's predicted to get like 3 points. Like, I'm just trying to scramble to find a running back. But anyway, I digress. Seahawks, Patriots off that surprising win. Who you got, Jamar?
All right, spread is -3 for Seattle. Over under is 38.5. I'll give you another secret. I'll bet the under on this game too. But this one is interesting because it's the intangibles that really makes this game interesting. A West Coast team going all the way to the East Coast.
Right.
That usually doesn't bode well at all. One thing that we did find out about the Patriots, they may be depleted of talent, but they are fundamentally sound. That's what they are. Ramondre Stevenson touched the ball almost 30 times in that game. And if
Got
they
me
can
some
do
good
that,
points. That's my boy.
if they can do that, like Tiana mentioned, they don't. Seattle doesn't have Kenneth Walker. I call him Skywalker. They ain't got him in this game. I don't know what Geno's going to be. I might write that man off. I am leaning. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm picking New England.
Oh, nice. Upset going. All right, Jake, what you got?
Wait, Kenneth Walker not playing tomorrow?
Oblique. What they call it, an oblique or some injury? Abdomen, something.
Dang, I gotta let that person know that can't play Kenny. All right.
Oblique, yeah.
I gotta double check that. I'll double check right now while Jake doing his pick.
So if Kenny ain't playing, who is their backup running back?
Chardonnay.
I mean, I like the fundamentally sound defense. The only thing that's I would go Patriots if they still had Matthew Judon, because that pass rush needs to get the.
It's a trap game for Seattle by far.
Yeah, it is, but they got DK Metcalf. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle, but yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle winning by like 3.
And Brandon, it is his oblique, and he's listed as doubtful.
That man ain't playing.
Yeah, that's why I say out. He's doubtful.
I got Seattle because of DK and the receiving core. And, you know, if the offensive line open up some decent holes, The backup could be decent, and they got a better defensive line. So I'm gonna go Seattle. They win back. They it's a close game. They win by 3.
I feel like you talked yourself into that because it didn't sound like you were sure, and I get it.
Okay. Look like we lost Brandon, but I do have the next game up. Raiders and Ravens. Oh, me. I do agree that's a trap game, especially with Walker out and they at the Patriots. And you made some really great points, Jamar, about them traveling literally from corner to corner of the country. And Patriots on this high. I could see the Patriots winning this game. I will not put money on this game.
For real.
On this game. But I think I trust Seahawks quarterback more. So
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. But in the words of Jamar, I really don't have the warm and fuzzies about that pick. I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. So hesitantly, I'm picking the Seahawks. Okay, so next game.
Oh, Brandon.
I didn't pick.
Oh, sorry about that, Brandon. Go ahead. Who you got? The Seahawks and Patriots.
Briefly, I got the Seahawks too, because when I look at the game, the only person that I trust the most in that game would literally be Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He has the most experience, and so I think the Seahawks, they should go in and they should win that game. They should.
Who making free agent acquisitions right now?
Who the Patriots QB?
Drake Mayo.
No,
that's right. Brissett. Mayo is on he's waiting. That's right. So it's Brissett. That's right.
They've been in the league about the same.
All right. Okay, so Brandon, you got the Seahawks. All right, next game, Colts and Packers.
Oof.
What a beauty. With Jordan Love out, I believe, right?
Yep.
For about 6 weeks. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that leaves the NFC wide open, and that also leaves this game wide open. So, Jamar, who you have for the Colts and Packers?
All right, so -3 for the Colts on the road, 40.5 as far as the over under. Look, yeah, you said Jordan Love is out. Insert Malik Willis, a quarterback who has never thrown a touchdown pass in his life in the NFL.
He's been awful his entire career.
I don't even know how he's still in the NFL, to be honest with you.
Me neither. He is awful.
He's almost on that Nathan Peterman category, if you know what I'm talking about. That being said, Colts winning this game, they covered a -3 because I don't know how, besides Josh Jacobs, I don't know how they're going to generate any offense with Malik Willis at quarterback. Because if Indianapolis gets out early and often, this game's over. They're not coming back. Give me the Colts. And they cover.
I'm surprised it's not a Cancun, Tiana. Unless
it's Cancun?
I don't have. I don't. Yeah.
Cancun, Jake?
I don't see him picking the Packers.
No.
I mean,
all right, Cancun on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Cancun. I will say this for everybody watching and for people. I will say this for everybody watching and for people who do sports betting and make parlays. I personally will take these Cancuns and do a money line parlay with them. That's just a tip. All right.
Okay.
All right, can you scroll down, Brandon?
Yes. Can you guys see that Browns and Jags?
Yes, Browns and Jags. Jamar, what are we looking like?
Man, -3. They -3 for Jacksonville. They gave them the standard 41.5 over under. This is ugly because I feel like if the Cleveland Browns had competent quarterback play, this will be Browns all day. But Deshaun Watson is nowhere to be found. Well, the old Deshaun Watson is nowhere to be found. I might have to go with Jacksonville.
Mm.
And I think they win by 3, so I say they cover.
They sure look better last week than the Browns did. A lot better.
Jake.
Browns defense let me down last week, man.
I hear it in your voice.
I saw you drop them.
No, I ain't have them.
Oh, that was somebody else. Sorry. Somebody else in my league dropped the Browns defense. Somebody in my league dropped the Browns defense.
49 is my defense. I'm going Jacksonville just because the Browns let me down, man. I'm going Jacksonville.
And I'm with y'all, Jacksonville.
I guess I'll be the dark horse and go Browns. Not giving up on my boy yet. This is not a Cancun. And for the record, I will not be betting on this game. This is too close for comfort.
Correct.
So, but I definitely am picking the Browns.
We'll give y'all our draft pick for Myles Garrett. Sincerely, Chicago Bears.
In a heartbeat.
All right. Next game. Raiders and Ravens. On a count of 3. 1. 2. What? No. Before we get into that, you want to talk about the spread? Jamar?
Right now, 8.5, 41.5 over under. This is the one spread I am 100% confident on. You take the Ravens to cover that 8.5. You do it. You do it now.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. Cancun. All right. We all have the Ravens to pick that in a beautiful, easy fashion.
And please open up the playbook, Ravens. Please.
Should be a no-brainer. Please throw the ball more, please.
Receiver, because you didn't do nothing. It was Mr. Likely the first game. It was all Isaiah.
Man,
I need a few moments.
And to the Raiders, go make that trade with the Jets so y'all can get more picks and some players to y'all team. Right. Go ahead and trade Devontae to the Jets, man.
Messed me up because I had more receiving yards, and homeboy was just holding the ball and running. I'm like, he ain't throwing this ball. Messed up my whole parlay. But anyway, while Jamar's gone, we'll move around him for now. Saints and Cowboys. Let's start with Brandon.
Okay, Saints and Cowboys. Man, but it looked explosive. And as I stated last week, the weapons they got, folks are asleep on number 22, they running back, aka / receiver, Mr. Shaheed. Y'all see how fast he is?
That's all.
He is a lightning bolt. On top of that, Chris Olave. On top of that, what's the I don't want to call him a white boy, but what's the running back, aka the quarterback, white boy that always running the ball for the Saints? What's his name?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. Thank you, brother. Taysom Hill. I mean, think about it, Tiana. They got some weapons in New Orleans. Now, I don't know if they necessarily measure up to the weapons against the Cowboys, but y'all, this is going to be my best game of the week. This is going to be fireworks. It's going to be some points scored. It's going to be some buckets scored for sure. I'm going to go with the Cowboys because they're at home, but I expect this to be a great game. This is a game you might want to watch. Might want to watch this. Might want to watch this. It's going to be fun.
Jake?
It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I wish Jamal was here to give me the spread.
I'm here.
I'm back now.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay, cool.
What game are we on?
Cowboys.
Saints and Cowboys.
Was there another one in between?
No, this is
Okay.
the next one.
Saints and Cowboys. Cowboys at home -6, 46.5. On the over under.
Man, man. Who at home?
I think this could be
Dallas.
the best game of the week or one of the best, bro. This could be fireworks.
Damn. I'm gonna go. I don't even like them for real. I'm gonna go with the boys, and they win by 3.
Jamar?
I'm gonna take
boys because
I'm gonna take Dallas and the points. I think Dallas covers at -6.
See, I personally have a hate relationship with the Cowboys.
Hate.
I just can never bet on them. I don't trust them. They fold harder than a cheap tent. They just I will never ever put money on the Cowboys. Unless they play in the Panthers. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers' one win was against the Cowboys. I can't do it. I just can't. So for that reason, I'm gonna pick the Saints. Simply because when I started watching football, the Saints was one of the first teams outside the Bears that I really paid attention to. When they won that Super Bowl in 09 was 09. No. Oh yeah, 09.
Well, it was 20. To be exact, y'all, it was 2010.
2010. So for that reason, my nostalgia coupled with my disdain for the Cowboys, I'm gonna go with the Saints this week. Will it happen? Maybe not. But I just can't. I can't pick the Cowboys. I can't bet on them. This will probably be a game that I will not bet on. And yeah, so I'm at with it. So moving forward to the NFC lease, we got the Giants and the Commanders. This should be a headbanger.
Not a headbanger.
Jamar,
I don't know. This might be a Cancun the way the Giants looked last week.
Yeah, y'all thinking Cancun?
I mean, it'll be crazy to do a Cancun on this game, being a rookie quarterback, Commanders in transition, but the Giants just awful. I wouldn't trust the Cancun, but I mean, I don't blame it. Damn it, if it is for the Commanders.
All right, so let's listen. Let's listen to Jamar. What you got?
Oh boy. Really quick. I'm assuming you picked the Cowboys, Brandon.
No, I picked the I picked the Cowboys, bro. I picked the Cowboys.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I said it would be fun, though. I think that'd be a fun game. I think Alvin Kamara he surprised the Cowboys defense. Him and Taysom Hill.
Gotcha. So spread is -1.5 in favor of the Commanders. So just rule of thumb, if it's really 1.5 like that, if it's under 3 and it's a team that you like, you just take the money line. So just so you know, 43.5 is the over under. I think this game actually goes over because both defenses are a little suspect. So, yeah. With that being said, it's a little wild because he's a rookie, but I do trust Jay Daniels more with the football as opposed to Danny Crime, Mr. Pick Six, Mr. Just dude. He like Matt Schaub these days. Like just every game he's guaranteed a pick 6. That's what it feels like. In fact, I'm going to DraftKings to see what is the likely, like what's the odds of a defensive touchdown for the Commanders? Because I'm at that point.
Nice.
So yeah, Commanders on this game.
Who you got, Jake?
Jaden Daniels. I'm going with the Commanders.
Getting close to a Cancun.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels looked so good last week. I mean, he got some really nice plays, didn't he, Tiana? Give me the Commanders.
I'm finna see if I bet on Rookie of the Year.
Sounds like Cancun to
Man,
me
for
because I
real.
will. The next team after the Cowboys, I will never put money on is the Giants. So I will definitely always pick whoever the Giants is against. So with that said, sounds like a Cancun. I'm going with Commanders. All right, moving on. Rams and Cardinals. This could be interesting. Jake, who you got? Oh, sorry. Let's start with Brandon. Sorry, Jamar.
Right, there you go.
Third
All
time's a
right,
charm.
y'all, it's getting to the end for me. I don't do more of this.
Going
Wake
back to
up.
bed, y'all.
Right.
Going back to
Go
bed.
back to bed after this.
I ain't gonna
Jamar.
lie, I do too. I take my nap after the podcast, so I ain't gonna front. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Oh man. So Cardinals are -1 at home against the Rams, 47.5.
Yeah, close game.
And that's wild because I feel like if Puka was playing, the Rams would be favored. They usually a quarterback will move the spread that much, not a receiver. So I find that wild. I'm taking the Rams. I just trust them more overall, even though the Cardinals gave the Bills a fight last week until Josh Allen said, "Hold my beer," and I'm gonna score 4 total touchdowns and win the game. But yeah, I like the Rams and Cooper Kupp.
Jake.
I'm going Rams because Kyler Murray said he don't care about Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going Rams.
Man, this is a tough game for me, Tiana, because it's very. I mean, he don't even look fast. Dude out there just running. That's it. He plays football. They are at home. Man, this is a tough game, Jamar. This is a division game. This is a West game. I am towards the Cardinals, and I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals win this one by 3. Late second field goal.
For me, this is a toss-up. I'm gonna have to go. For me, when I get toss-ups like this, I look at the first I look at is quarterbacks, and I'm gonna have to go with the Rams on this one.
Right?
I'm gonna just go with the Rams. Close my eyes. I don't have them fuzzies, but I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one.
I mean, Vegas feels the same way that we all do. It's a toss-up game.
Yeah, it's a
Line
toss-up.
shows it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. All right. Steelers Broncos. Justin Fields' second start as a Steeler. He's settling into the offense. This should be, easier game for him. So, Jamar, let's hear it.
2.5 in favor of Pittsburgh on the road, 36.5 over under. That's terrible. But with that being said, I'm taking Justin Fields and the field goal kicking Chris Boswell Steelers to go on the road and beat the Broncos. Because by default, I feel like we all trust Justin Fields a lot more than Bo Nix right now. So therefore, definitely taking the Steelers and that defense. So,
Jake,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like this is Cancun, but
yeah.
I'm with you. Justin is a veteran now. He's not finna lose games he don't supposed to lose. At least I don't think so.
I'm going
veteran. Wait a minute.
I'm going with the I'm going with the boys back there.
A veteran, Brandon.
Yeah, he
got his second
start. For what?
Two seasons. Now he a vet. He didn't play that whole 4 years.
Don't do that.
Stop it. It is not a qualification for a vet.
And I say this. Justin is a veteran because he didn't throw the ball down the middle last week. He know what his weakness is. And all he got to do against the Broncos, no disrespect to him, but the Broncos, we don't have that high expectations for them. He just got to manage the game as he did against the Falcons. And I know it's a road game, but them terrible towels travel everywhere. I mean, Atlanta was yellowed out last week. It's going to be the same in Denver. And so he got a great head coach. Yeah, I mean, I like the Steelers. I think Justin Fields has a very efficient game again. Very efficient. Yeah. I'm not saying a great game, but an efficient game.
For sure.
I will point this out as far as the Steelers and Justin Fields for this week. They, according to Tomlin, they were preparing this week specifically for Justin to start. So I feel like with that preparation coupled with the competition and, him getting acclimated with the offense last week, he should definitely have a great game, and it should be an easy win. So Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cancun!
I swear, Tiana, I need the Cancun soundbite from you. Jake, I need your Bang Bang Niners game soundbite for you because we can just play it. Like that.
Nice. Definitely should play the Cancun. That's great. We'll get that going. All right. What used to be a game that we look forward to, the Bengals and Chiefs.
Cancun.
With one of my favorite quarterbacks who let me down, Joe Burrow. This is definitely got with sniffs and whiffles of Cancun written all over it. I could feel the sand under my feet.
Brandon just walks outside.
Want to give us a rundown, Jamar?
Yeah, go on today.
All right, so Chiefs -6 at home, 48.5. One thing I will say is Chiefs for the longest time are notorious for not covering the spread. That's not saying they won't win. They just haven't been covering the spread like they should in the last year and a half or so. Just throwing that out there.
So is this a Cancun on 3?
I'm Cancuning. I already booked my flight.
Chiefs at home?
Yes.
I mean that lady gonna be there, of course. Let's go.
Listen,
and they got the rest on that side too. Come on, man. We know what's going on.
The Chiefs is one game. The Chiefs are one team you do not bet against. Even last week when they played the Ravens it was always a toss up. If it was a gun to my head and they said choose a team now, I would definitely choose the Chiefs.
Did you
you just do not bet against the Chiefs. Do not bet against the Chiefs.
I done learned my lesson, Tiana. I done tried last year. I do not. It's not smart to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Do not bet against Patty. You don't bet against Patty. So,
Brandon, we had a whole thing about we always betting for the Chiefs every week.
Right, we did that the whole year, and then when I got to the Super Bowl, I'm like, the Niners, they got the team, they got everything, they got them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just Patrick Mahomes that was the difference.
And he's definitely going the way he looking, the way they looking. It's just continuing on, chugging right along to the Super Bowl again. Like, this is what they do. So, Cancun on 3.
Boy, some.
1, 2, 3.
Cancun. Absolutely.
All right, Jake, you missed it, but we'll get you next time.
No reason.
All right.
I'm not saying that for them. I don't even like them.
All right, our team. This is going to be an amazing Thursday night game. This will definitely put Caleb Williams to the test. Oh, sorry, Sunday night. My bad. Sunday night game. It will definitely put Caleb Williams to the test. Bears and Texans. Give us the rundown, Jamar.
All right, so Vegas got Houston 6.5-point favorites at home. 45.5, the over under. Basically, they're saying Texans will at least win by a touchdown in this game. All right, just so you know, Keenan Allen's questionable. He ain't practiced all week. I don't expect him to play at all. Rome Odunze dealing with an MCL sprain. He's questionable. I think 40-60% says he don't play either, so we probably won't have two of them out there. So I assume Caleb Williams will be better. I assume the play calling will be better. I assume that DJ Moore by default would get more yards, and I assume Cole Kmet would actually be a part of this offense this week. Maybe they actually run the ball against the Texans. I feel like the real matchup in this game is the Bears defense against the Texans offense. If the Bears defense can, play like they did last week overall, then we got a chance. I mean, but if, Diggs catch the touchdown, Nico Collins with a 60-yard bomb, Tank Dell taking it to the house 80 yards away, CJ Stroud throw for 300 yards, we getting the doors kicked out of us. So with that being said, I'm taking the Texans to probably win this game, but I don't think they cover 6.5. That's quite a bit. I get it. And they probably based that on last week's performance on the Bears offense, but I'm just wrong with the odds. I say the Bears offense don't look that bad again, but that defense is what it is. So Texans win. They don't cover that spread though.
Jake.
I love me some Bears, but I'm going with CJ and the boys. Just off that offense, Joe Mixon, he a tough one. Like he tough. We're not gonna have the offensive firepower. I feel like Caleb's still gonna struggle on some low key stuff. Just it's gonna be a feeling. He on the road. And that offense is gonna be back to like a one-dimensional. If DeAndre Swift don't get the touches and he don't pass the line of scrimmage, yeah, it's over with. Houston.
Brandon.
Yeah, I'm with Houston too, but I think the game gonna be a really good game.
I agree.
I think the Bears, because of their overall well-roundedness as a team, actually will present some problems for Houston, Tiana. I don't know much about Houston's defense, which is my question for them. They gave up a lot of points against Indianapolis last week. Now, I know Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson, etc. But
right.
They didn't look super dominant. Like, well, not just super. It was the offense that was carrying them. And so the question then becomes for me, Tiana, can Stevenson grow up? He's grown up, all right. Mm-hmm. But along with Jalen Johnson, y'all, along with our secondary and our linebackers, can our defense hold the Texans enough? I'm struggling with this one. I'm struggling.
I'll throw you a nugget too. Like, a lot of teams don't have three solid corners, especially that one in the nickel. We do with Kyler Gordon that could go against Tank Dell.
Yes, he did. Kyler Gordon had a great year last year. And so our secondary is going to be very important in this game, and I think they can match up with those receivers for the Texans. I got the Bears, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Bears fan.
Hey, I hope you're right.
Well, I got the Bears, and I'm saying it because I'm a Bears fan. But I'm not crazy, so I will not put money on the Bears. But I'm definitely picking them simply because I hope that they win. And that's all I gotta say. Do I think they'll win? Probably not. But I'm gonna pick them because I'm not a traitor. I'm a loyalist. That's my team. Hey, Jamar, if I'm never here, I'm always going Lions. I'm always going Bears. Okay? That's I'm fair. Never going Cowboys. I'm never going Giants. Keep that in mind. All right. I got the Bears.
Wait. So, real quick. So, when the Giants play the Cowboys twice a year, what are we doing?
Home team.
All right.
Home team. All right. All right. What's this, our Monday night game?
Yep.
Hey, we got Falcons and Eagles. Jamar. All right, Jamar, what are we looking like?
Hey, Jamar, hold on. Hey, Jamar.
Yo.
So, can we just get, like, a placard card when we got to agree to these teams? Like, I don't like the Chiefs, so can we get, like, like the label? Like, how she don't like them teams, can we just get the label and just the little flash? Just let them know, like, all right, because I don't want to say it.
I can do something. Matter of fact, when we done with this in the group chat, just list everything and let me see what I can do.
All right.
Create some graphics for y'all.
Man,
Keep hating on the Chiefs. All right. Falcons and Eagles. Jamar, what Vegas talking about?
6.5 in favor of the Eagles. That's quite a bit. 47.5 over under. They think it's gonna be a lights out affair. 6.5 is a lot. That's a lot. So we learned a couple of things when we saw the Eagles play in Brazil and we saw the Falcons play. So as far as the Eagles, we learned that, the offense can put up points. That defense is still trash. No matter what type of field.
Including that secondary.
Yes, that secondary getting scorched out there. As far as the Falcons, what we learned is Kirk Cousins cannot move at all.
Put in Michael Penix.
Yeah.
Put in Michael Penix.
And somebody made a great note on the radio. Kirk Cousins is at best when he is operating the play action.
My bad.
He cannot run and hand off that ball and do play actions right now. He's like a sitting duck out there for real. So with all that being said, I think the Falcons going to be a lot more Bijan Robinson heavy in this game. I expect the Eagles to win, but I don't think they cover 6.5.
They better be Bijan heavy, so I get my points.
You get your points, Jake, for the fantasy football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon, who you got? Falcons, Eagles.
I don't know if this is a Cancun, but I know I ain't got the Falcons. Based off of how the Eagles looked, they looked explosive at some moments. I mean, we know about that grown man at receiver for the Eagles. We know about the safety blanket for the Eagles. I'm talking about they 2 wide receivers. One is a grown man, one is a safety blanket. Saquon Barkley, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whew. You talking about explosive like a rocket just shooting out of a ship. Like, oh my God. Like, I have no reason to pick the Falcons. So,
y'all better give Bijan the ball. I need my points.
Yeah. And just said one word, People Hernandez. Morning, bro. And just said one word, Eagles. That's all he said.
Eagles. Is this the Cancun, fellas?
Yeah.
Seemed like a lot of Cancuns this week. Should make it some moolah. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Cancun.
Cool.
Yeah. I need that on the soundbite too.
Let's do this last Thursday game since we will not be back until after it.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know if you had a Vegas numbers yet since it's so early.
I think so.
I think it's up after the game.
Yeah, but I got it.
This Patriots Jets game looks like Aaron Rodgers' first home game this season against what should be an easy team, or is it another trap? What you got, Jamar?
-7 for the Jets at home against the Patriots. 40.5 over under. All right, so we're talking into the future on this one here. So assuming that the Jets, come off a win or loss and nobody's hurt, and assuming, basically if everything's equal right now, I don't feel comfortable with 7 at all. But I would say come back to me after this Sunday. But as of right now, I would say the Jets win this game because at the very least, I trust Rodgers a lot more than Brissett. So,
Jake, just real quick on this. To us, seemed like a far in the future game.
Yeah. His first home game. Didn't he tear his knee at his home stadium? That's scary.
That's why he's still playing now.
Man.
Oh man, because he ain't at home.
Scary. But hopefully they change the grass. I mean, change it from turf to grass. I want to say it's a 50-50 with me, but I'm gonna go Jets for their home opener for sure.
Brandon.
Yeah, I got the Jets in a home opener. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Out of respect for Rodgers and his play, I'm gonna go Jets.
I hope y'all change that grass. Don't let him tell his shit again, y'all. Oop, I'm sorry. Don't let him tell his stuff again, y'all.
You Gucci, bro. We ain't say you couldn't curse. It's just with the Taylor Swift thing, but other than that, bro, you Gucci. And so yeah, Jets at home. I mean, they better take care of business.
Where else?
Hey, guys.
Robert Saleh gonna be on the street.
Man, he gonna be homeless.
All right, guys, and that is our picks. Tomorrow, get everything together, so we could see how I come up on top for week 2.
All right, everybody, we gonna hit in a group chat on all the picks again for the betting site.
All right.
and post that, yeah.
So
good morning,
now,
bro.
Typically we do Ian's basement. Ian is not in today. So thank you guys for letting me be the guest host, and then I'll give it back over to Brandon to close us out.
Yes, Tiana, man, you was awesome today. So you were fantastic, and we hope you can come back more. It was tremendous. You did great, Tiana. Big shout out to you. You did fantastic. It was great. You kept everything in line. I got a chance to speak. You gonna say something, Jamar?
I was gonna say she's she's still awake right now. She ain't passed out on us.
Right. I mean, this is just all positive. And so, Tiana, awesome, sis. Thank you. We look forward to having you whenever you want to come back next week, whenever it's up to you. On the other hand, with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. And, bro, thank you for stopping by. Marcus, Dwayne, we have some other folks as well. Yeah. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed and safe weekend. Peace.
Oh, no one did final thoughts.
Oh, we did not do final thoughts and shout outs, but go ahead. Go ahead, Tiana. We start with you, Jamar. Go ahead, bro. Any final thoughts or shout outs as we head into the weekend?
Whew. You know what? Actually, Tiana, you go first.
For me, once again, thank you for having me as a guest host. It was fun. My segment, I love it. I will be back sometime in the future with another edition of Tiana's Timeout.
We gonna get a postcard for that too, bro.
It was great. I cannot promise every Saturday morning. Mornings are not for me. It takes a lot of preparation for me to be here in the morning. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely fun. I really enjoyed myself. Great conversation. Even though we started week 2, I'm still ecstatic that football is getting into into the full swing. I love it. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to, putting in. I'm really heavy into sports betting this season. So I'm really excited. I hit last week, so I guess my goal is to just hit at least once a weekend, so see if we get that going. And yeah, thanks. I will definitely, if I'm not on, I will definitely be listening and supporting as I always do. And just thank you guys again.
Yes, awesome, fantastic. Yeah.
Jake, look at me still doing my job. Jake.
That's crazy. But it's always fun to have you on the show, man. For sure, you definitely are the mediator. Just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in, chopped it up, through your opinions, had convos with us, and tell everybody else to tune in. Check it out.
Right.
Jamar?
invitations.
Man, so I would say Tiana's greater than Molly. So I give you that. Tiana's timeout. It would definitely start fights and bars. So I'm just letting you know. This is awesome. I appreciate all y'all. I'm glad. So happy football's back. It's like I'm in my element again. I suggest maybe at some point we can do a night show. At some point.
Now we talking my language.
Usually anytime after 8. Anytime after 8 o'clock on the weekdays, except for Fridays, it's good for me on that one. So
right.
But yeah, that's all I got.
That's cool. We could do something like after Thursday night football. Something like
we
that.
had to we can work it out. We gotta just talk about what works for all of us. And yeah, it could be, something that we could do. It's totally fine. Tiana, thank you for coming, sis. Pleasure. Absolutely. Yeah, as far as Jake, thank you for making your presence be known today. And thanks for stopping by to our viewers, etc., for stopping by. And so we appreciate the support, etc. And so with that being said, once again, have a great weekend. Thank you all. On behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, have a great weekend. Peace.